Hello, friends. What is going on? Am I muted? I'm not muted. Second week in a row, baby. Welcome to WIP Wednesday Live, episode 27. Thank you guys for stopping by. See, I've already got my usuals here, which is lovely to see. Before we get started, the usual housekeeping. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Really helps. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Tonight, pick my new shirt. It's like that meme. Very fun. Tonight, we are going to try to put the finishing touches on this Age of Apocalypse Havok figure I've been working on for the last couple weeks. I haven't really been working on him, to be honest, but I'm beyond happy, and you won't be able to see it on this camera, but when I switch to my overhead, you should be able to see. So tonight I have to put the emblem on his chest. I also want to detail his belt. I did his red belt, and I'm really happy with it, but I want to just do some detailing in clear red and metallic, so that way we can just get a bit of differentiation. And what else? I finished the skin tone on this head for him. I have to do the hair tonight. I have to do the facial details, and I have to do his earpieces. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. But before we get there, I'm going to start by doing a little kit bash. So I know this isn't probably for everyone in the group, but because it's wrestling, but I've been on this like weird WWE kick lately. Mostly just retro stuff, to be honest. I don't really care about any of the new stuff, but and now that I'm collecting the Ultimate figures, I've been trying to convert a bunch of Elite figures into Ultimates. So what we're going to do tonight is we are going to dismantle the torso. We're going to crack a torso on a Ultimate Shawn Michaels, and we're going to crack the torso on a Elite Billy Gunn, so I can swap the crotch piece and legs from Billy Gunn onto the Shawn Michaels body. I'll have to take the chest hair and stuff off, but that should be easy enough. So we're going to do that tonight. I think we're going to start with that, to be honest, just so I can do it and get it done with. But yeah. So that's what we're working on tonight. We're going to work on Havok, and we're going to work on Mr. Ass. It's fun. What else do we got? Next week, I decided to bring another guest on next week. Next week, I'm going to have the very well named Matchu Toy is going to join me for WIP Wednesday Live, and I think he's going to work on something too. So yeah, that'll be pretty exciting. But yeah. So I'll be promoting that more next week and stuff. But yeah, so Matchu Toy will be joining me next week. So swing by and check that out. But tonight, yeah, we're gonna get to work here in a minute. I do still have my other pieces, my Elite figures in the freezer, so I'm gonna have to run and grab those. But I'll come back. I'm just gonna catch up with the chat really quick here first. Anonymous Dude 123 says, "Good day, Matthew. I changed my name to Jordan from Canada." Okay, guys, so now we know. I like Jordan from Canada better. It's not so anonymous. And he said, "Let's get it." Very nice of you. Been watching last week's show in the background all week, sharing it with a hardcore Deadpool fan. Oh man, that's really awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support so much. To be honest, I had like a super shitty day today. Just fucking totally bummed me out, and I was pretty excited to come on here because I figured all of my usuals would be here to chat with. So thank you guys for being here. Quebec Diorama says hello. Sir, thank you for joining as usual. Marcus E, heyo, what up, dude? Thank you for being here. Jordan for Canada, cheers, artists. Quebec Diorama, Marcus E, love the thumbnail pick. DP doing work. Yeah, so for the time being, I'm going to continue to use that Figuarts movie Deadpool, but I kind of decided I might actually make a custom of myself and swap out Deadpool with that. So just to make it a little bit different, but I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like the Deadpool thing. It's fun. Jordan says that t-shirt is the best. Yeah, man. Oh, Charlie, what up, buddy? You're here in the gym right now. Leg day, so my ass is getting huge. It's huge. It's really good. Nike Boy Jay says, what up? Hello, my friend. Always look forward to Wednesdays because of these live streams. Thank you very, very much. And Marcus, thanks, man. I appreciate it. My day, I'm hoping it's, you know, I had a little puff after I took a nap because I was super tired, and then, yeah, I'm feeling a bit better, but I'm still a little annoyed. But you know, that's life. And now it's time to switch over to toys where it's fun. Okay, so I'm gonna flip over to my overhead camera, and then I'm gonna go quickly and grab my figures out of the freezer here. So let's move this out of the way for now. Okay, guys, hang tight for a minute. I'm gonna leave this here so you guys can actually see a little bit better. See how good it looks. Got like a bluish hue on the matte black, and then the shiny black is really shiny. And so I'll have to touch up a bunch of stuff on the neckline and where I did the skin, but that's easy stuff. We'll do it tonight. Okay, hang tight for 1 second. Okay, so these figures have both been in the freezer for a couple days. And I'll explain to you why I do that in a second. A couple of tools I'm going to keep out on the table. I'm going to keep these needle nose pliers. And I'm going to keep this. Where's my nail set go? My nail set. All right. So this is what I did. This is an Elite Billy gun. This is an Ultimate Shawn Michaels. Ultimate figures have better articulation. They have a diaphragm joint instead of an ab crunch. They have butterfly joints, and they have double jointed elbows. The newer Elites now get double jointed elbows and pinless as well. But yeah, so what I need to do is I need to take this torso and put it onto this crotch piece so I can put Billy Gunn's pieces back together here. So what I did was I kind of angled the legs like this. I made an opening down at the bottom, and I drilled a small hole down at the bottom, which is going to allow me to put this in there and hopefully pop it apart. Hopefully. All right. Oh, there's one pop. I've chatted with Marcus Yee about this a couple times in DM. Ooh, that came out very easy. That's a nice thing. So I'm not going to fully dismantle it if I don't have to, because I really just need to put it onto the new crotch piece. So so far both my attempts at ultimate cracking has gone well, but so far none of my attempts at elite cracking has gone well. They always fail, so I'm hoping that this is different. But at the same time, I also don't care if I destroy this elite figure, because I'm not going to use it. So, but this is what I ultimately needed to do. Hells yes, but before I put it back together, I want to clean out the I want to take off the chest hair while it's not on the body. Oh, actually, I think I can just reach it from there. We're going to do that instead. I should get my kettle going too. Jordan for Canada says, "Yo, bro, much love to you. This week was hell for me. Thanks to the toy vibes." Yeah, thank you for being here. It's reciprocated, man. If this is good for you, it's great because it's great for me. So, Charlie says, "I hate when he leaves us alone in the chat with our thoughts." I know, right? We're adult men who collect toys. Does he not realize how fragile we are? That's great. Marcus E says, "I envy you for how easy that was." It's not always that easy, but yeah, it did work. So guys, the reason why I freeze it is I find that what I do is I'll drill the holes and then I'll submerge the figure in water. And then I throw it in the freezer as quickly as I can, like to try to keep as much water in it as I can. And what happens is when you freeze it, it kind of like loosens everything up a little bit, and it kind of helps. Like it becomes a little bit more brittle. So like when you go to put a little bit of force on it, it generally just pops. So Okay, so now we're going to take all that shit off, and I'm going to go get some hot water. I'll be right back. I'm going to put that kettle on. So the only thing missing from the Elites that this one will not have is the Ultimates also have a toe joint, which this one will not. But that's not the end of the world for me. I don't use the toe joint too much with these guys. So yeah, not a deal breaker for me by any means. Okay, so I got these cotton pad things, and I have I know I've used this before on the show. This is my Winsor & Newton brush cleaner and restorer. And it works really well to get paint off, but you don't want to get it on anything that you don't want paint to come off of, because it works like well. So while I got the water going, I'm gonna take off his chest hair here. Hopefully this comes off pretty straightforward. I've had no issues getting factory paint off with this stuff. Usually works very well. Coming off mostly. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but and then I'll have to give it a quick rinse because I don't want the brown paint from the chest hair to stain the skin tone. I'll make sure I get all of it off. And I'm going to start another little section here. All right, and I'm actually going to use a fresh piece of paper towel to clean that off because I don't want to transfer any paint from my paint rag onto this. If you do use this stuff, I do recommend giving it a good clean after you use it to make sure that all of the paint remover is off, because it could potentially maybe damage the plastic somewhere down the line if you're not careful. Like if there's still any residual chemical left on there, it might do some damage. So you don't want that. That might like warp the part or something. All right, this is coming off really good. All right, I'll catch up at the chat in 1 second, guys. I just want to get this off as best as I can. I don't want to leave it on here for longer than I have to. Come on, just that one little spot. Get out of that, whatever that divot is. It's like not a belly button, but it's in a weird spot. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to quickly go and get the my hot water there. And when I do that, I'm going to quickly rinse this off too, just to make sure. Don't have any stuff's crazy, man. They clean my desk with it. Look at that. That being said, it'll probably take off the actual grid too. Not that I care. I don't use the grid, but ooh. Okay. I'm going to quickly rinse this off. And then I'll be right back. Hang tight for 1 more second. This will be my last time I leave, presumably. All right, I got my hot water. In goes these Billy Gunn legs. And that's looking good. So what I want to do now is make sure that that can go into there. Great, that works great. And I gotta glue it. So these kit bashes are great when you can find the elites for cheap. I just don't want to spend more than I need to because the elites, the ultimate figures are still pretty expensive. So I wonder if I could air blow that out. Get some more. Oops. Need to get some more of this compressed air. Works really well when you're trying to dry something off or. There you go. What are you guys saying in here? Jordan says, I heard this. A huge wrestling fan. Interesting seeing you work on these figures. Yeah, they're really user-friendly to work with so far, in my experience, which is nice. So, okay. Okay, so now I'm just going in and getting a little bit of glue on a few spots here. Nothing too crazy. I don't want it to be like a huge fucking mess. What's happening there? Should pull that apart before it starts to set too much. Might actually have to fully dismantle this. Just want to make sure I'm not getting any glue on the body here. Or too much glue on the body. It's getting on my fingers, but there we go. Let's take it apart and see what we're up to here. We'll quickly put these on. So the nice thing about these is that they're soft plastic, so they literally just pop on. Which is great. All right, and then we're going to put that into where it's supposed to go. And we're going to apply some better glue here. A little bit on the edges. And just want to make sure that I'm not... there we go. I don't want to glue any articulation shut. I don't want to seize anything, you know? Come on. There we go. Excellent. And now to keep it solid, I'm going to take, I have some clamps that I use. See, this isn't on right. There's a big seam on the side here. I don't know why. That's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Why is that doing that? I don't really want to let it set like that because it'll bug me. I don't know why one side would be completely sealed and the other side isn't sealed at all. Challenging. All right. I'm going to open this up, read the comments, and try again. Let's see what happens here. Intriguing. I'll have to play with that. Let's see. What are you guys saying here? Nike Boy got into a fight with a guy on Facebook because I said I was going to buy two of the same figure, one to keep in box and one to open up. And he called me a scalper. I shouldn't be in this community. Yeah, those people also shouldn't be in this community. So, Jeffrey Dahmer would be proud of you with all the body parts on your desk. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. I'm running out of jokes, but I just want to point out he left us again. Oh, that's funny. Shout outs to Matchu Toys, a hella generous in the community and an all-around good dude. Yeah, man, next week. So I'm going to be chatting with Matchu Toy next week. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm a big fan of his. I love his photography. He's just an all-around nice guy. He's just the nicest dude. And yeah, we've had a chance to chat a few times. We obviously share a name. We don't actually know each other. It's just, I remember when when I first ran into his photos, I was like, oh shit, this guy's got a good name. So I'm pretty excited to chat with him. It should be fun. I don't know what's stopping this from going together, but yeah, it's on this side somewhere. And yeah, just really want to get this done because let's do this. Okay. Let's hope for the best. Back into this. There we go. I don't know. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to just live with it or whatever, because I don't really want to spend that much time on it, but I guess it's not super noticeable. It's pretty noticeable, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple clamps on this guy. Gorilla Glue for the win. Yes, sir. It's my tried and true. I wonder if this would work better. It's going to have to do. And then we'll just let that sit for a few minutes, and I'll pop this Billy Gunhead on, and we can all be happy that I now have another DX member. I did a Triple H. I did buy the Elite X-Pac and Road Dogg because they do have double jointed pinless elbows. So I will eventually, when the right parts come along, I will swap those into Ultimates with butterflies as well. But I'm not going to lose my sleep over it. They work pretty well. But yeah, these Mattel figures are pretty dope. Even the heads and stuff, the likenesses are pretty good on them. So actually, I was going to warm that up and see if I could get better cut on that. Ta-da! Oh, we're definitely going to be talking about PulseCon. Jordan from Canada. Hope you enjoyed day 1 and 2 of PulseCon. X-Men VHS, Cyclops, Blue and Yellow, Wolverine, Indiana Jones had a chat going crazy. Marcus E said, I thought I was going to work on customs art, but I have no idea what the hell to do. No ideas yet. Hopefully we'll find some inspiration sooner than later. I have been on a kick lately. I got to tell you, I've been working on a figure for my friend who is the guy who made me that Delsum figure, that Street Fighter Delsum figure. And I'm just so happy with how it's looking. So I can't wait to share it with you guys. It'll only be another week, probably at the most, before I can share it, which I'm very excited about. Wonder if this smaller would work. It's not going to be as strong, but I don't think anything's going to stop it from doing what it's doing, so we'll just accept it. And there's my badass Billy Gunn Ultimate figure for now. I personally would prefer him in green with white boots, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take what I can get at this point. Billy Gunn's Ass Man theme song may be the best. He loves to love him. He loves to kick him. Yeah, those are pretty funny. And I've been watching tons of old WWE, WWF. Like tons. Like, it's concerning. Ugh. So there we go. Billy Gunn in the flesh. And he's got 2 words for you. I wish I could get him in to do a crotch chop, though. That's about as good as he's going to get. Still, it's going to be nice to have a DX team on my shelf once I actually set these figures up, because they're not set up right now. Cool. How exciting. So there we go, guys. My second Elite to Ultimates conversion. Now we're going to get to the real deal. Let's get rid of this. All right. Get rid of that. Get my trusty nerd glasses. These things are a requirement when I'm doing this, what I'm going to be doing. Marcus E said, same, I was working on a head, a rifle, and some sketches, but inspiration's not coming to me right now. Maybe I'm just hungry. Yeah, you got to satisfy that hunger, man. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to have a puff, and then I'm going to watch She-Hulk, and then I might try to work a little bit more on my figure for my friend. I'm trying to get Havok and the figure for my friend off my plate so I can focus on Secret Santa. I have been doing a piss poor job at staying on top of that. So yeah, I'm trying to get back into the swing of doing. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get ahead so I can get working on that, because I'm running out of time. I only have a month and a half or so left, and then I have to send it away. So I'm not really concerned. I should be able to finish it. It's just, yeah, you know. Charlie Zello says, where did you get those paper towels in the live photo you posted today? So yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, Charlie gave me a little gift packet that had a bunch of like Deadpool 2 props. There's like a bounty hunter, Boba Fett, bounty roll of paper towel. There's like a Hugh Jackman cereal. There's like a pizza box, Feige's pizza thing or whatever. And I got to use the paper towels finally. They came in handy the first week I had them, so it's pretty cool. Nike Boy says having a puff is very necessary to get me through the day. Amen to that, brother. I hear you. Okay, so let's do some painting. So I'm going to start by putting some blonde hair on Havok. I'm also working on another hair piece for it's not really a secret project. I'm not ready to share it quite yet. And it's doesn't really need to be like a perfect thing. It's only being shot from one side. It's just for a picture. So it's like, I don't need it to be perfect, but I'm going to just do both because it's going to be the same color as Havok's mostly. So yeah, so I'm going to start with a dark blonde base for everything, and then I'll go further. I actually might do the face on Havok first, though, because I find I end up having to hold the figure's head really close when I'm doing faces, and when I'm handling the hair, it can be a bit not good. So Charlie says I want a puff, but my therapist would tell me I'm not mad, just disappointed. I'm a puffer. I don't drink a lot, but I love to smoke weed. Love it. Okay, so this is the paint I'm going to start with for hair, but like I said, I'm not starting there. I am going to be doing the eyes first, my least favorite. Yes. This is how you guys can watch me get really frustrated. I fucking hate doing eyes. So I got to get my really, really fine brushes out. I don't think I've used this one yet. It's a freshie. I might end up using that tonight. Okay. So we're going to start with a black wash. So when I start with my eyes, I always start with a black wash in the eye socket. It helps identify to me my lines and where I'm going. Some people just put a coat of black paint down, but I find that this takes to the line a lot easier, and that kind of saves me a bit of work. So yeah. So do that. And again, this is just very, very lightly. You don't want the brush to be like saturated. You just basically want to get enough that you can see. I think you can see that. I think my camera's good. It's good enough that I can pick that up, but nice. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that on both sides. Funny enough, I hate doing eyes. They're my least favorite thing to do. But man, when you do it and you knock it out of the park, it feels so good. There we go. Did get a little bit of slop on the side here. I'll have to clean that up later. Okay, there we go. Very nice. That's my start. The next thing we'll go in will be like an off-white. I don't use pure white for eyes. I always use like an off-white. The other thing we can do is we can at least put the base coat of paint down for his headgear, which is like a silvery color, like a dark silver. So I think I'm going to do like kind of like a gunmetal silver, and then I'm going to dry brush it with like a light silver to bring out the details. Jordan said, it's refreshing when I see you trade ideas with Marcus. Did you have mentor when you started? Oh, did I have a mentor when I started customizing? I don't know if I had like one mentor. I definitely had people I looked up to, and I know I've said this before, but like I'm not shy to reach out and be like, how the fuck did you do that? Some of the people don't answer, but a lot of them do. So, I just asked a lot of questions to people who I admired, and I don't know, it seemed to work for the most part, which was good for me. But yeah, this paint is a little thick, so I'm going to water my paintbrush down a touch. And I'm just going to go in. Oh, it's really dark. I don't think I like it that dark. I'm going to change my mind on this one. I don't like that. That's a bit too dark. I don't want it to be like black. I want it to be silver, but maybe I'll have to use like a more medium silver. Maybe something like this. This is an airbrush paint, so it's already pretty liquidy. I wish my my other lamp on the side would work here. I'm gonna get a second light. It's a little too dark. Yeah, so that was really how I kind of got. I kind of got over hurdles and stuff like that. Was I would just reach out to the people who I saw that were able to, and just said, "How'd you do that?" And yeah, I mean, there was definitely people who helped more than others for sure, but that's why I try my best to answer when people ask me, because if people, for the people, you know, kind of like pay it forward, I guess, right? Like that's how I learned a lot of shit, and it makes a big difference when you have someone you can bounce stuff off of, when you have someone you can ask questions to and not feel stupid and like feel safe, you know, because some things are obvious, right? But it's not like there's a course for customizing that teaches you all the different things, right? So it's, you know, I'm really loving this Havok figure, especially considering that it was just meant to be an easy custom. It was never meant to be anything challenging. Like I used a black base body, so I didn't even prep any of the elbows or knees. I only prepped what I absolutely needed to. And yeah, it ends up looking, it's looking really, really fucking good. I'm really, really happy with how it looks. So yeah, I'm not watering this paint down because it's an airbrush paint, so it's already watered down. The idea is that this will go into an airbrush without having to modify it. You can just pour it right in. Cool. So a few coats of that will take care of this. This version of Havok's a total ass fuck too. Piece of shit. But I love him though. I love when good guys play bad guys. In Age of Apocalypse, Havok is a bad guy. He works for Apocalypse. He hunts mutants. Along with his brother, who ultimately turns to the side of good. Of course, Cyclops does. Speaking of Cyclops, and going back to Jordan's comment about PulseCon, what did you guys think of PulseCon? Any favorites that pop out? I know for me that, speaking of Cyclops, that that animated Cyclops is very nice. I really like it. Definitely gonna pick that up. Not liking the price, but it's like an $80 Canadian figure to get it here between shipping and buying it. But yeah, I really, 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 really like it. I also really like that blue and yellow Wolverine. And if the leaked lists showing all the stuff for next year are accurate, sounds like we will be getting his teammates as well, which is very exciting. So I am buying 2 of those. I'm going to buy one for my Wolverine shelf, and I'm going to buy one because I'm going to collect that team for sure. Definitely like those Strike Force costumes, those blue and yellow training attire. It's one of my favorite costumes. It's super nostalgic for me because back in the old Toy Biz days, like before Marvel Legends, I used to love my blue and yellow costume, Wolverine and Banshee. Banshee had this like whistle built into his body where you could like blow in his back and he would like screech. That's pretty funny. Some of those powers were ridiculous back in the day. Those not effects. The gimmick action, like they would do moves and stuff like that, and some of them were ridiculous. Just trying to make sure I get all my spots here. Jordan said, "So cool. Never seen figure painting live." Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, I know I've done it live before, but maybe you didn't jump in until I think you started showing up here after I was on Toying Around. I'm pretty sure, Jordan. I think that sounds right to me. I think, or maybe it was Toy Migos, Chat Migos Assemble. I can't remember, but I want to say it was Toying Around. So I did unboxing Thursdays with Kevin, and then I think you showed up the week after, or maybe the night before I was on with Kevin. But yeah. Yeah, I've definitely done a little bit of live painting. I don't know if I've done faces paint live before. Oh yeah, I think I have actually. I don't remember. Who's to say? I can't remember. Just trying to get all the different angles. This is hard to get it. It's hard to get it there. I'm gonna see if I can zoom this camera in a little bit. I don't know if I can. Can I? Let me look and see. It'd be cool to be able to get closer in. Oh, I can. How about that? The problem is then I have to make sure that I'm actually paying attention to you guys seeing it. I don't want to be like down here and then you can't see anything. But it's still really dark. Do you guys find it dark? Marcus, you said I should probably start working on my eyes. Yeah. Yes. Eyes are the biggest fucker. They're such a pain in the ass. Not a fan. Let's tidy up some edges. I have a bunch of edges that I need to fix from my gloves and my neckline that when I painted these. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to. I don't know if it's focusing on that or not. I feel like it's not. Is it? Or is it not? Let me see. Maybe it doesn't focus as nicely. Oh, there we go. I guess it's a little bit better. There we go. Close that up. Open this up. This is pretty watered down. A lot of my skin tones are watered down at this point, to the point where I don't have to do anything anymore. I can just use them right out of the bottle. I should probably put some gloves on too, because I really don't want to mess up this beautifully done paint job. Oops. Just sucks because wearing gloves means it's hotter. It's hot as fuck. Quebec Diorama. My first custom is going to be a Nightwing figure, but I don't know if I should sculpt the logo or just paint it. Couple different takes on that. So what I find with a lot of people who are new to using epoxy sculpt is when they do logos and stuff, they're too thick. You can always sand them down, which is good, but you have to make sure you sand them evenly or they look wonky. Oh, I don't need to do skin tone. I need to do black. But I think I do need to do skin tone on these arms. Alternatively, the nice part about sculpting it is it's a lot easier to paint because you don't have to worry about like you just kind of follow the lines. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to paint over it again and again and again. Sculpting, you can sculpt it if you don't like how it's turned out. If it turns out, you can just take it off and start again. So it's like the sculpting part's nice because it gives you the freedom to make the mistakes and then try to fix it. And then painting it is easy because it basically gives you like something to trace. You're just basically going over the sculpted edge. So usually I sculpt. There's been times where I didn't, but generally speaking, I sculpt my like raised edges and stuff for the most part. That's not always the case, but so right now I'm just going over where I had a little bit of bleed through. So I masked the black parts of the figure when I airbrushed the skin tones on, and some of the skin tone leaked onto the black. So what I'm doing right now is I'm catching all the skin tone that I missed when I was masking, because sometimes that happens. And fixing anywhere where I didn't get enough skin tone on. And then what I'll do after this is I'll go through it again and touch up the black that I had bleed through. I wish I would have videoed taking the the tape off the first arm, because it was like literally perfect. It doesn't happen too often. One of the things I'm not super strong at is masking. I usually have a lot to clean up. I have to probably go over that a couple times. When you have a big, so because I don't use just one color when I airbrush, I end up, going over it with multiple different colors to get some depth in the colors. Whenever I'm touching stuff up, it's always a pain in the ass because I have to then go over it with, once I get the coverage to where I want it to be, then I have to go over it multiple times with different colors of skin tone, or else it just stands out like. So yeah. We'll have to go over those again because this skin tone's pretty watered down. So let it dry and then go over it again. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do some black. I'm going to get the black out of my way. This is what I've been pouring my paint onto to water it down. These ones are not watered down. My blacks aren't watered down. Quick there, I can't wait to see animated Spider-Man black suit and Carnage. Yeah, I'm excited to get the classic suit animated Spider-Man on the retro card. I'm really excited for that. Carnage will be cool, I think. I don't know if I'll get black suit. I don't really associate black suit with the animated series. I know it was in it, but I don't really associate it. The two. So this is a gloss black from Vallejo. And I'm using this on the arms and the chest and upper body part of Havok here. And making sure that there is a little bit of water on my brush will help it kind of flow a little bit, which is helpful right now. And I'm trying to get into the crevices of his collar here. Come on. There you go. Nice. A little behind here. Marcus Yiza, I'm super excited for Lightning Collection Alien Rangers. Did they show Alien Rangers? Did I miss that? I hope I didn't. I know we were talking about Alien Rangers last week, Marcus. I believe it was you and I talking about the Alien Rangers. So did Lightning Collection show Alien Rangers and I missed that? If so, oops. I'll definitely have to go and look at that. Please confirm if you are still present. I'm gonna have to go find pictures of that. Or did they just say they're coming, maybe? I know I did see that Billy and Zach are coming back for something in that realm. I don't know what, but the problem with this gloss black is it dries slightly tacky until you put a clear coat on it. So getting, having to handle this over and over and over again is concerning to me because I don't want to leave blotches or fingerprints or. Oh shit! You guys can't even see. Mm-hmm. There we go. Come on. Just that little spot. There we go. I'm going to have to touch up a few little bits there. That's too bad. Cool. The part where it meets the black is fine, because even if it was slightly off, you probably wouldn't be able to notice. Jordan from Canada says, I love that shattered glass sound wave. Fortnite Gladiator Peely. Be nice to that Wolverine. Oh, be nice for that Wolverine to join your shelf. Yeah, that Wolverine is definitely standout to me. I don't do Transformers, so I actually don't know anything about Transformers other than that good guys are Autobots and bad guys are Decepticons, I think. But other than that, that's where my Transformers knowledge ends. Jordan mentioned Indiana Jones earlier, and it seems like the reaction on those are hit or miss. I know a lot of people were disappointed that they're single jointed. Oh shit! See, you guys can't even see. I gotta unzoom. I know you don't get as close of a picture, but at least you guys can see when I don't notice that I'm not on camera. And Fortnite Gladiator, Peely, I don't think I saw that either. I don't Fortnite, but I mean, I think the toys are really cool, but I just don't. I don't even look at them because I always fear that I will buy them out of cool factor. They're just cool looking, right? So. Sorry, when I'm cutting these edges, it's hard to talk and concentrate. Mm-hmm. Come on. I'm excited to watch She-Hulk tonight. I watched Andor last night and really liked it. It's very, very good stuff. If you guys aren't watching Andor, I definitely recommend it. It's not like the most compelling TV you're ever going to watch, but the story's really good. Character building's really good. And yeah, it's starting to get suspenseful. This is a different color black. And as you can probably actually see, there is a spot on the collar here that of the glove cuff that I need to fix. I couldn't mask it well enough. So I need to go in there and fix and add some more black to it because I painted over the black with skin tone. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Okay, looks good there. Oh, there we go. Oh, I don't like that right there. There's these little spots that no one will ever notice, but I will. Cool. Just one spot I need to fix. Oh, Morning Wolf's here. Havok's looking amazing. What paint and color are you using for skin tone? I kind of have like a, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 color process that I use for skin. I will show you guys in 1 second. It's always a fun question to answer. I'm just trying to get, there's a couple little glitchy spots here that I fucked up. There we go. Cool. I do have to clean up a little bit of spots there, of course. Seems to happen to me. Okay, so for skin tones, so this is what I'm working with. This is what he is currently looking like. And I start with a base coat of this Army Painter Barbarian Flesh. I do a good coat of this, like a good solid base. Then I do an overspray of this Flayed One Flesh from Citadel. And then I use this Reekland Flesh Shade, which is like a wash. It's like a flesh wash. And I do it like around the eyes, around the temple and hairline, nostrils, ears, chin, mouth, like the little ditch thing between the mouth and the lips. And then I try to soften the edges using water, so that way it doesn't dry with like a hard edge. Oh shit, my brush just rolled through that. And then I use this Kislev Flesh, and I go over that. I kind of blend in the shading that I do with the Flesh Wash with the Kislev Flesh. And then I use this Rin Flesh. It's like a lighter pale, and I basically use it to like highlight. So like kind of like the chin, the nose, the forehead, lightly, very lightly. And then I go in and just bring some of the color back into the cheeks, around the mouth, sides of the head and stuff with this Cadian Flesh tone. So yeah, that's my steps. It's quite a bit. But really it's like, 6 coats of this and then like a sprinkle of all of these. So once you get the base coat on, it's like pretty quick. You get pretty fast. Quebec Diorama, what scares me the most is the sculpt on the butterfly joint. Yeah, but you know what you can do if you know you're going to have to sculpt heavy on there, you can just shave, when you use your Dremel, just shave some of the butterfly joint off. And then it gives you some clearance and it doesn't look so bulky. But yeah, line it up. Like you want to basically keep it in like a neutral position when you sculpt it. And then, even if you have to do that butterfly joint, like in 2 sessions, do the first one in neutral and then move it and then continue the sculpt. Like if that's what you have to do, then so be it, right? Oh man, what do we got here? Jordan from Canada says, Daniel was on Unparalleled last night. I really like him in the Marvel Legends teams. I know they have to answer to people, but I don't like this take it or leave it philosophy with the HasLab. I get people being frustrated with the HasLab for sure. I understand. But people need to understand that Hasbro's still a company and they're still going to try to maximize profits however they can. And I think that people should just decide with their wallets. Like, I love Hasbro. I love what they're putting out. I think their prices are crazy. And I think that they're going to force their customers' hands to bow out of stuff just due to the pricing. Like, I don't think, I don't think anyone can continue to buy like what some of us have been buying with the prices the way they are now. They're just too expensive, right? And I feel bad for the Hasbro team because I know that they're not the ones who are making these decisions, but also might not be so good to be so I really like Dan because I feel like Dan's not afraid to like he doesn't shy away from the situation. Like obviously Hasbro's taking heat right now for prices. They're taking heat right now for weird decisions with the HasLab. They're taking heat right now for windowless packaging and quality control and like I feel bad for them that they have to deal with that shit, but I also feel like Dan is really, especially as of late, been putting himself out there a lot more, and while I appreciate it, I feel like it's not helping the situation. Like I do appreciate that he's showing that he's not afraid to like stand up to it and be like, I'm here, I'll answer your questions and whatever. But I just don't think it's helping. Like I think he might think he's doing damage control, but he might actually be doing the opposite. Personally, because I think it's just pissing people off. It's also creating like this weird divide in our community where like there's like people who, you know, like Hasbro like me, and then there's people who just call people who like Hasbro shills because they're still buying product, which is probably the most hypocritical thing, because you know damn well that I would say a good chunk of those people are definitely still buying Hasbro product too. So, you know, it's rich when you see the people who will shit all over somebody for being Hasbro shills, but then they'll be like, oh yeah, I found this Black Series figure, so I bought it, or found this new Spider-Man figure, so I bought it. It's like, okay. I don't know. I just think it's a bit much, that's all. It's exhausting to like listen to. I've been slightly zoning out of the community a little bit as of late, just because I'm sick of hearing about it. I just don't fucking care. You don't want to support it? Don't support it. That's cool. I'm not supporting it. But again, right? I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I don't see. I mean, regardless of price, I wouldn't be buying the HasLab, so I'm probably not the best person to say it, but I just don't have a place for that in my collection. But basing it on price, I also don't think that this HasLab is worth it. So, and I also think they're in dangerous territory. You know, first Mephisto and now Madeline Pryor being the stretch goals, especially Madeline Pryor, who really does not have much to do with. Like, I get she's mystic and that, but yeah, I don't know. Seems like a. But that being said, I don't think Madeline looks that good. So, you know, like that wouldn't entice me even as an X-Men fan. To like, I wouldn't mind a Goblin Queen for sure, but I want it to be accurate. And like without the boob window, I understand why they're not doing the boob window, because like, you know, it's pretty risque. But this also isn't a mass release, so I figure they probably should do the boob window. But you know, maybe I'm just like a pervy old man, which is in no way me. But you know, I just think, yeah, I don't know. I saw Madeline and I was like every custom I've ever seen is better than that. You know, the exception to the rule might be like the head sculpt's not that bad. It's pretty nice, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for me. Marky C says, looking back, I'm surprised they didn't pair up the black suit Spidey with either Rhino or Shocker. That's from the episodes that he was in, right? Oh, Marcus said they didn't show the Alien Rangers, but it was announced for 2023. Oh, sick. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'll have to keep an eye. Hopefully we get them quickly. Like, hopefully we don't have to wait for like 2 years to get all 4 of them. Marcus said, I'm drawing an eyebrow on the head I'm using, and I'm delaying the inevitable to draw the outline for the eyes. Dude, I think I hate eyebrows as much as I hate eyes, to be honest. Not a fan. Jordan says, haven't seen any Andor, but sounds damn good. Dark Moocher described it as 2001 Space Odyssey, Blade Runner plus Star Wars. I can see it. I actually have never seen 2001 Space Odyssey, but I could definitely see the Blade Runner reference in there for sure. Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of, honestly, it just feels nice to have Star Wars that doesn't revolve around a Sith or a Jedi, or it's kind of nice. Although I do like Boba Squadron's theory on thinking Luthen is a Jedi. That's a pretty cool idea. That's not a spoiler, by the way, because it's just a thought. Marcus E, 100%. There's a difference between providing criticism because you want to see the product improve and taking any and every chance to complain and making it unnecessarily personal, right? Fuck. I should favorite that comment. It's so true, man. It's so true. People just need to chill the fuck out. Like, seriously. It's exhausting. I just hate that everyone's complaining about every time Hasbro says something, you know, and it's just like they'll be on something and then somebody, it's like people will take a stab at them, and it's just like, God, can't we just like enjoy the fact that we have a company like the three from the Legends team that are so open and willing to talk to us about this like thing that we're all so passionate about? Like, it's just fucking bonkers that people are just that. I don't know. It's crazy. I also hope everyone chokes on their fucking Bratz cars too. Jordan from Canada says the shill bullying is whack. Always respect those who keep it classy with criticism. I agree. Vote with your wallet. If you love it, buy it. Yep, I agree. Marcus E says, what's the possibility that Mafex will make a Goblin Queen? Yeah, coming in 2035. Literally the slowest. That's like everyone's like, oh, I'm just going to collect Mafex X-Men and get rid of my Legends. And I'm just like, cool. Hopefully you have a nice team when you fucking retire. Like, put out like 3 figures a year. So fucking slow. Jordan agrees with us, Marcus. Yeah, so I don't know. I like I do actually think that the Robbie Reyes car and like the actual HasLab project is cool. I do really think it's nice. I also am going in to paint these eyes. Fuck me. Here we go. So when I do the eye, the white part in the eye, I try to not put a lot of paint on my brush because this is the part where I would like to control where that goes. I don't really want it to be like bleeding into everything because I don't want to cover up that black. I don't really want to cover up that black that I laid down. Like I just did a little spot where I covered the black. I'm gonna have to fix that. It really stands out. Keep that brush wet so that way it's not drying out on me. There we go. Nice. I will say that as much as I don't think my eyes are getting better per se, I am able to not fuck them up as many times. Usually when I do eyes, I end up doing them like 8 to 10 times before I get them right. Maybe not all of it, but like I definitely have to step backwards more than I step forwards. But lately, I haven't had to do that. Okay, so my eye color is in. The black on the outline is still mostly there. There is a little spot right there that I need to fix, which I will do before I do any other further steps, but I'm going to let that fully dry. And I'm going to do another coat of this silver. Marcus He said, some people who really bitch just makes me think that they weren't raised right. Or as Boog would say, never got checked once in their life. Yeah, I do think that there's a lot of that too. I do think there's a lot of cases where people just haven't been raised right. But, you know, ultimately, I just think we're living in this time where everyone feels like they're invincible when they're online and can say anything. And it's like, it's pretty fucking rude because, like, no one fucking cares what you think. Like, no one cared what you think before you had an internet voice. No one really cares what you think now that you have an internet voice, I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, I find it very hard to believe that, you know, even people here who are listening to me ramble on while I paint, you know, like, how much weight does my opinion actually hold? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like most people make up their minds for themselves. Maybe they're easily influenced or something, but it just, yeah. It's very exhausting, is what I'm trying to get at. Quebec Diorama is talking about Mafex. He says, Puts out 3 figures a year and announces 12. Yep, that's true. I will say they have been getting a little bit better on their dates, but yeah, I still have far too many Mafex figures pre-ordered. Magneto, Storm. Who else do we got? Magneto, Storm. Maybe we don't. Maybe we're getting to Loki, I guess. I skipped Iron Man. I didn't get Iron Man. He looks really cool, but I was talking to my friend Resilient Customs actually about an hour ago. He just got his, and he said that he loves it, but he said that the Marvel Legends one is so good that it's not really like enough of a improvement to like really tell his friends like, yeah, you need to get this. Which is what I'm seeing too. But I do like how size-wise he's size is pretty similar to the Legends one. That's pretty nice to see. I wonder if we'll get any Mafex reveals for this weekend at Toy Fair or at New York Comic Con. I forgot that was this weekend. Is Hasbro at New York Comic Con? Does anybody know? Like, are we going to see more Hasbro shit this weekend? It fucking never ends, man. It just never ends. Charlie says some people in this community just need some sucky or a hug or maybe both. Very funny. Very well said. Marcus E says, I need that silver. No, you know what silver you need? The silver's good. This is my go-to silver. To be honest, this is probably what I'll dry brush it with. It's either this or this. This is Citadel Color Storm Host Silver. It literally, you get a clean application with like 2 coats. It's fucking crazy. It's really good. Works really well. This is another really good one. Model Masters Vallejo, just regular silver. It's a little bit light, but it's really good. I'll show you guys, actually. This is a secret project I'm working on, not for Secret Santa, just for a friend, but I don't think he will watch. And to be honest with you, this gun could be from anything. But this is the gun I painted for him yesterday. And, like, I fucking love it. It's got, like, some blue highlights in it. Can anyone guess what this gun is from? I made it. So I took existing pieces from a bunch of stuff and pieced it together and then sculpted the rest. Can anyone guess what that's from? Let's see if anyone knows what that is. That'll give me any indication on how that might do when I reveal it, because I remember apparently it's something that should stand out to me from my childhood due to my age and whatever. But I do not recognize, like, when I saw the picture of it, I had no fucking clue what it was. Not the gun, the character. But apparently I should know, because it's in that time frame that when I was a kid. So anybody who's in their, like, you know, mid 30s to 40s would might realistically know what that is, because that's when it was popular. It was a TV card. It was a cartoon. Hells yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna do a little bit of detailing on the belt. No, I'm gonna get some. No, I'm gonna finish the eyes before I do that. Jordan from Canada. Okay. Jordan from Canada says, okay, rank these baked goods from favorite to least favorite. For anybody who doesn't know, I work in the grocery industry, but I specialize in bakery, so that's probably why he's asking me that question. From least to favorite: cookies, donuts, pies, cakes, muffins. Okay, so donuts is number 1 by far. Donut, cake, pie, cookies, muffins. Muffins fucking suck. Muffins are like the wasted carb, in my opinion. I much prefer cake. I love cake. We make a lot of good cake at my work, different cakes and stuff. Some good options out there. I actually have been super busy making donuts for the last couple of weeks. We opened a donut shop in one of our new stores, and the person we had pegged for to help, like to basically cover off the main donut person's days off, was not very good. So we ended up having to move her to a different department, and I have now stepped in to cover her days off twice a week, which sucks. I mean, it's good because it's one of the most fun things I do in my job, but it also sucks because I'm so busy. I just don't have the time to be in a store. It's not really like my job. I'm an office employee. So being out of the office for 2 days a week is difficult. But the the problem is that like I actually enjoy doing donuts. It's really fun. It's probably the most fun I have in my job. But yeah. Okay. Just trying to touch up a few spots from where I did the black around the collar because it's a little bit dicey. Lots of guesses on the gun. I got Star-Lord, I got Star Wars, I got questions if it's from a Star Wars or if it's from a video game, if it's from Cops. And I'm not going to say who got it right, but there's definitely an answer in here that is correct. So we'll leave it at that. There's this mini lemon cake I had a while ago. I miss it a lot. We have this so in Vancouver where I live, it is like foodie central, right? Like it's like super, it's snooty as fuck. I do love it, but it's snooty as fuck. But there is this company, we sell them. They're called the Lemon Square, and they sell exclusively lemon squares. They have one product. It's not even like different kinds of lemon squares. It's just lemon squares. And it is a 250 gram container box. So half a pound ish. And we sell it for $15. And people fucking love them. It's crazy. That being said, they're really fucking delicious. Like special occasions and shit, I buy them. They're really good. I miss it a lot. That's funny. Okay, here we go. Jordan's got the ranking. Anybody else who wants to throw their ranking in on that, you feel free. Okay, so Jordan says, for me, pies, cookies, muffins, donuts, cakes. What? Oh, butter tarts. I love butter tarts so much. Pecan tarts. A couple years ago, we decided we were going to make our stores lost our main tart supplier at Christmas. So we decided that we were going to start making our own in store. And my team and I came up with these delicious maple bacon pecan tarts. Oh, fuck, were they good. They're really good. We also did pumpkin tarts with applesauce in it. Oh my God, they're great. Cool. And guys, I'm just touching up the skin tones again right now. I'm going to do another layer on the eyes in 1 second. Show you guys the other part that I hate. We also do these. So if you guys are cookie fans, I mean, in Vancouver, we have this thing called YVR cookie, and it's like these cookies that are like stuffed. The idea is that you like nuke them before you eat them, and like they are like melty inside. So you like put them in the microwave. And we have at my work, we have one of our signature bakery items is a hot cookie. We sell it off of a heating pad. So like when you get it served to you, it's like warm, like it's like right out of the oven warm. It's really fucking good, but it's rich. It's too rich for me, but it is good though. little bites of it I like, but it's too much to have the whole thing. There we go. I gotta clean up that black again. I keep cleaning up the black and then cleaning up the skin because I made a mess with the black, and then I go back to do this skin and hit the black again. Same with down here at the glove cuff. I gotta get that right. All right. Marcus Yee says cookies and donuts. I personally love yeast donuts over cake donuts. Me too. Cake donuts are a bit too dense thick for me. I usually like thick. but yeah, I'm the same. I very seldom go, to be honest, 0 times out of 10 would I go for a cake donut over a yeast donut. Always yeast. But the cake donuts we make at my work are really good, but our yeast ones are still way fucking better. And you get more value for them too because they're bigger, and they're fluffy and delicious. I like donuts a lot. And again, I'm spoiled living in Vancouver because like donuts kind of became like this hot trend about 5 years ago here, and all these awesome donut shops started opening up, and most of them have even survived through COVID, which was very surprising. So yeah, it's been cool to have so many good donut options to draw inspiration from for what I do for real work. But yeah, it's awesome. I like yeast donuts too, man. I'm with you. I love baked goods, bro. Sorry to swear, but I'm a Rice Krispie Square whore. Oh, really? That's not one where you catch me. I could do without Rice Krispie Squares for a long, long time. What color are Havok's eyes? Let's check my phone and see. What color are Alex Summers' eyes? I'm gonna say blue because he's blonde. Brown. Not right. Marcus E says, "Damn, I haven't had a lemon square in a long time. I'll look for some sweets." Yeah, my weaknesses are like I love sweets too, but I also really love cereal. I know for anybody who checked out that episode I was on the figure booth, we talked about cereal a little bit. Yeah, that was 100% legit. I love cereal. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Butter tarts are so good they make me cry. Yeah, I agree. Jordan, in your area, you know who has good butter tarts? Fortino's, is it called? They're like an Italian grocery store. If you're ever in, I think it's called Fortino's. I'm pretty sure. It's in the GTA. But they make fucking delicious butter tarts. They're so good. Oh, baklava's good too. Marcus E says I had baklava for the first time a few days ago. It was honey and walnut. Yeah, baklava's super rich, but it's delicious. I'm a big fan. Yeah, baklava's so good. I'm gonna try to use some of this black that's been sitting out. Might be too far gone, but I think it's gonna be too far gone. Okay, I'm gonna do the eyes, the next layer. I'm gonna just try to catch up. How many? Okay, I'm gonna quickly catch up on these. Charlie says I haven't had cake in a while either. It might be time to download Tinder again. Jordan McCann says we can talk donuts for an hour if you want. What's your favorite donut and place to get it? Okay. Favorite donut is probably okay. So I mean, if you're just going with like traditional flavors, if you're just talking traditional, my favorite donut is probably a Boston cream. I know it's basic bitch, but I love it. And there's ways that you can make a Boston cream way better. We make a good Boston cream, but I think favorite donut ever is probably a tie between a cinnamon brulee, which was like a yeast donut filled with custard and then tossed in cinnamon sugar and flambéed till it was like crispy like the creme brulee. It's fucking great. It was really good. Other ones that I've had that have been really good. I mean, sometimes you just get like a good filling that's like, again, basic, but like the flavor of the filling is so good that it like elevates it. Like you get like a really good like raspberry jam or something like that. The other one I think I probably liked was there was this place in Vancouver called Mallow, and they specialize in brioche donuts. And so it's like really rich dough, super flavorful, really fatty, and they fill the donut with chocolate pudding. It's fucking really good. It's really good. So yeah, favorite local places here to get donuts is probably always going to be Lucky's. We have this place called Lucky's. It's in Parallel 49 Coffee House, and they are amazing donuts. They're so fucking good. I'm gonna quickly try to touch up that one little line I fucked up and hope that I don't fuck it up more. What about you, Jordan? Where's your go-to donut shop? I went to a couple. I don't remember the names though, but when I was in Toronto not too long ago with some work friends, and we went to a cool donut shop in Mississauga. I can't remember the name of it though. It was kind of near. There we go. Just a light little touch up. There we go. I can't remember where it was, to be honest. I would just be guessing. I don't know Mississauga that well. But yeah, I love donuts. Marcus he says Bavarian cream donuts might be a lost favorite. Other than that, I like jelly, chocolate frosting, basic glazed donuts. I would love to try a maple bacon donut. I don't know where to find one near me though. Yeah, we do a maple glaze. We do so in my work we call them peak donuts. I'm not exaggerating. They're literally this big, each one. They're fucking huge. And instead of doing round donuts, we do square ones. So like our filled donuts are round, but instead of doing like a round ring, we do squares. And they're huge and they're awesome. And we do one, it's maple glaze with smoked bacon and spicy candied pecans. It's fucking pretty damn good, man. It's pretty good. Yeah, I definitely recommend maple bacon. If you haven't tried it, it's a cool flavor profile for sure. Jordan's from Canada says, "Yo, bro, Mark C, check out this dude, Preppy Kitchen. He's got a lemon playlist." Let's see. Oh, Marcus says, "I love Preppy Kitchen. I'm gonna check that out." Okay, I don't know what that is. Tell me. Marcus E says, "Dunkies is mandatory in Boston, but I do like going to Mike's Donuts in my neighborhood. It's a small place. Their jelly donuts use something different, like raspberry jelly, maybe. Cool. Yeah, I feel like a filling can make all the difference." And Jordan says, "I'm a happy man when I'm walking out of Krispy Kreme with an assorted. I adore Timmy's sour cream glazed old fashioned." You know, I gotta say, I like Tim Hortons tea. I'm not a coffee drinker. I love their steep tea. It's my drink of choice, my hot drink of choice. But I can't do Timmy's donuts. They're just not good. To me, they're not good. I'm too much of a donut snob these days to be into them. I don't like them. They don't do it for me. Okay, I'm going to put a fresh little blob of this down because this is too pasty. And this is going to take me a second here, guys, so bear with me. This is my least favorite part of painting eyes. And actually, I might even switch to this new brush because this one has a frayed end on the end, and it's going to probably create a problem for me. So let's break open this new brush that we haven't used yet. And I like that we're all just sitting here watching me customize, talking about donuts. See, you guys, this is why I was excited to come on here. And there's 5 of us too. That's great. Man, how cool would it be if I could just like have powers? I could just teleport everybody. We could all just hang out one Wednesday and we'll all go and eat donuts at all our favorite spots. Imagine how cool that would be. Okay, please hold while I try to do this. Oh. No, 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 no. I fucking hate doing eyes. One done? Or one layer of 3. So I usually do black first, and then the eye color. Hold, please. So yes, I usually do black and then eye color and then a dot of white. Very small. So it looks a little Asian here. I didn't do it quite enough. I gotta fix that. There we go. Cool. I think that looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but a lot of that gets covered up by the next color anyway, so it's okay. Let me look at it from afar without my little glasses on here. He kind of looks like he's looking side-eye with this side here. Better fix that. Hang on, I'll check out the comments in a second here. Come on. I don't like to go too liquidy with my paints because I always worry about them running on me. All right. Yeah, they're definitely slightly off-centered. I'm gonna have to fix them. Probably gonna have to redo them. Pick one that I like the best and redo the other if I can't fix this right now here. Oh shit. I might be able to save this. If I can get this one looking good enough from this angle, I might be okay. Let's put the next color down. We'll decide. Unfortunately, this brush is already fraying on me, which I don't love. So this is where I'm at with this one, guys. Oops. So I made a little bit of slop up here. I'm going to try to clean that up real quick and see how it looks before I decide what I'm doing. My mom and grandma love the French cruller. They're pretty nice, very light. Yeah, I do like those. Those are good. That's like one of the few cake donuts that I find are like enjoyable. Oh wait, a cruller. Crullers aren't. Those are those like big wheel looking ones. Those are yeast donuts. Those aren't. Jordan says I gotta go on a donut tour with Matthew and Marcus. Yeah, man, that'd be so dope. Marcus E says regional foods are probably the only thing that can convince me to travel other than conventions, but those are wicked expensive. Yeah, man, I hear you. That's one of my favorite things about travel is food. Go to Europe, get to eat what they eat. It's awesome. Like European breakfast, man, it's the fucking best. French breakfast, so fucking good. I love it. I'm gonna try to fix this eye, and if I can't get it to look normal, I'm gonna redo the white. I might be able to save it though. We'll see. Of course, I got skin on my black now. Remember I was just saying that always happens? Well, now it happened on the eye. Jordan from Canada said, here's my top 5 cereal. Oh my god. I love that you have top 5s for everything. It's the best. Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Golden Grams, Reese Peanut Butter Cereal, Chocolate Rice Krispies. Those Rice Krispies again. I don't think I could actually say for sure what my favorites are because they change so regularly depending on what I'm into at the time. Mini Wheats are definitely up there. Corn Pops are definitely up there. Sugar Crisp, Fruit Loops. I mean, I like Shreddies. I know they're basic as fuck, but I do like them. I'm gonna do the lips on this guy next. I usually go pretty dark for the lips. This might look too... this should work. Might be too dark. We'll see. Great eyes. I feel so bad when Shardamus does a review and he gets cross-eyed guys or doped out. Yeah. Yeah, I actually what did I recently get? That had something I recently got had some dopey ass eyes. I was pretty disappointed with them, to be honest. It was a legend too. Can't remember what it was. Cinnamon Toast Crunch are good too. Kicks. I haven't had Kicks in forever. We don't have Kicks in Canada. At least not to my knowledge. Not out this way, we don't. But it's weird. I was talking about this with my buddy Ryan on Moose Milk the other night. Like in Ontario, they have their gallon of milk or 4 liter of milk. They sell them in bags. It's really weird. So in Ontario, I think it's just Ontario. They sell their milk, their 1 gallon milks in bags. And then you have like a little container that you put your bag of milk in and trim the top off and then pour it in. So weird. I mean, being from Ontario, I'm used to it, but it's just weird. Because out here, they're in jugs. This brush fucking sucks. I hate when I buy a new brush and it's shit. This is worse than... This is my first time using it, and it's worse than the one that's been... I'm going to switch back to my shitty one. So right now I'm just doing the lips. Lips are pretty easy because you can mostly just follow the sculpt. It's just a matter of having a steady hand, which I don't have, but... European breakfast, bro. Bunch of toy loving foodies in here. Hell yeah. I love food. One night, I should just... You know what we should do one night? We should just... One week, I should just have all of you guys come on. And we should all just... And whether you... If you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be. We could just use our voice. You just voice chat. But whatever. Would you guys be interested in something like that? That'd be fun. If we could all just shoot the shit and talk about food and whatever. It would more be for us because, like, we're the ones who are always watching, right? But That looks like a smug motherfucker. But without eyebrows, I can't take him serious. Let's get some brown on those eyes and see how it looks. I'm going to use a lighter brown. Oh, yeah, English breakfast is great, too. England's one of my favorite places to travel. I love England. I've been 3 or 4 times. It's great. It's so fun. It's my wife and I's regular European trip spot. I think about cereal and donuts a lot, says Jordan. Me too. Do you ever use pink for lips? I'm looking at my reference image and wondering if I should get some, but I don't know if it'll look weird. I think it's best to kind of stick. It depends if it's a girl or a guy. If it's a girl, it'll probably be fine. I mean, to be honest, it'd probably be fine. Let's see. Let's look. I have, what kind of pink do I have? I have this crazy fluorescent pink, which is not what we're looking for. But I also have this like Pepto-Bismol pink. Let's just see what it looks like. I won't do it on this mouth, but I'll do it on his hair because the hair is the same color as the skin right now. I'll do this Pepto pink. You can just kind of see how it looks. Yeah, I think it would look too much like lipstick if you did. It might pass, like as like a cartoon or something maybe. But see the hair strand? It stands out a lot. I feel like the darker skin tone. You know, it's like my kind of rule of thumb with lips is I take the starting skin tone and I go like 2 shades darker. My base. That's kind of how I do it for white, for like Caucasian skin. Okay, we're going to try to do the second layer on the eye. Wish me luck. Not bad. Cool, not bad. It's always hard. I find that I notice my eyes are bad when I take a picture of it. I could stare at it and stare at it and stare at it, and it never looks weird. Or it might look slightly weird, but then I take a picture of it and I'm like, oh, so that's what's going on. Cool. I made a little bit of slop with the brown, but I think I can fix that. There we go. Brown's in. Once I'm done the eyes, I kind of outline the eyes a little bit with a darker shade of skin tone as well. I'll go around it with like a wash. I am going to try to fix one spot with a wash as well. I don't know why, but I imagine someone slapping someone else with a bag of milk. It's, you know what it reminds me of, Marcus? It reminds me of, you know, those like balloon things that are filled with like slime or whatever that are meant for like stress that kind of slips through your fingers. It reminds me of like a giant one of those. It's weird. It's super weird. Oh, Quebec Diorama's throwing his in the ring too. Number 1, Captain Crunch. Number 2, Corn Pops. 3, Lucky Charms, Rice Krispies, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a good lineup too. I also like sugary marshmallow cereals. One of my favorites I can't get anymore, Count Chocula. I know it's coming back in some places, but I haven't seen it in BC yet. But yeah, I love cereal with marshmallows. So I'm just very lightly brushing over the bottom part of the eye here. I'm kind of wondering if, I think I might actually be off the eye. Let's see. This is what I use for the lips. I don't want to go that dark around the eyes. I could probably do this. I could probably do that, but I could probably find something better. Maybe this. It's a good one. Quebec Diorama says we got milk in bags here too. I always forget that Quebec's kind of its own thing now. It was always Ontario when I was growing up, or part of Ontario, wasn't it? Or wasn't it? Maybe it was. I think it was. To be honest with you, I was pretty uncultured until I'm still pretty uncultured. But until I met my wife, honestly, she broke me out of my shell. She kind of like got me traveling, and I had never even left Ontario until I met her, really. So it's kind of her doing that I started going to Europe and there's like something stuck to this. There's like looks like a hair or something. It's not a hair, but it's too small to be a hair. There's something stuck to this that keeps snagging my brush. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go around that again with the first one was kind of like almost a bit more like pinky-ish color. So now I'm gonna go around it with like more of a skin, like a tan, and try to soften it out a little bit so it's not so bold. Jordan says that would be fun to chat on the show. Okay, we're gonna set that up one time. We're gonna do that in the near future. I'll set it up. I'll send all of you guys an invite, and then you guys can jump on if you'd like to. Again, you don't have to, and you don't have to come on with the camera if you don't want to. You can just come on and shoot the shit. Whatever you guys want. But it'd be fun. Okay, I think I mostly like how that's looking. There's like one black spot that's driving me fucking nuts. Can't get it. It's like in it's in a weird spot. It's like right on the edge. And I actually think I might have to paint the pupil on this one again because it looks like I might have got a little bit in the eye. But one of them's done. These brushes are brutal. Marcus says I would like to, but my camera audio doesn't work on my phone, and I don't have it set up on my computer. Hope to get a laptop someday. Yeah, well, if you do, that'd be sweet if you could join us. Jordan from Canada says, I would love you to do a panel with a bunch of customizers. That would be really fascinating and a good resource. Yeah, I've talked about that with a couple people, with Strand and with Pin Particles and Morning Wolf, and said, maybe we get a point where everybody kind of comes back and we just have everybody on and just, whatever, right? It's hard to navigate that conversation, but a lot of the times it'll direct itself where it needs to go, But yeah. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, guys. I'm going to keep working for a little bit longer because I'm not quite ready to call it quits. So thank you guys to everyone who's here. I know the usuals are always here, so thank you guys. For anybody who's new and just jumping in or checking in, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully our talk of donuts and all that is not taking away from your toy talk too much. I have a bunch of tabs open on the K-pop artist I'm making a figure of, and I feel like the miniature FBI agent in my computer is judging me. Why is Marcus looking at attractive Asian men? Yeah, so that the figure I posted on Instagram last week of my buddy, the James Bond Halo one that I showed off. Yeah, so like my wife walked in one day when I was working on it, and I had Cam's picture, the guy who I made it for. I had a picture of his face because I was painting his face on my screen, like multiple different angles, and it was just she walked in and it's like her friend's face on my screen, blown up, and she's like, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm working on something. I'm just trying to define the black line along the edge of the eye on the bottom because I lost it a little bit when I did the brown. I'm just trying to better define it. There we go. It's what's throwing me off right now. Once I get the black pupil in there, I know it'll be good. It'll be better, but getting there. Cinnamon Toast Crunch could be the goat. The shape, the texture, the flavor. I'm just too nostalgic for Fruit Loops. I know. Fruit Loops are definitely a nostalgic piece for me, too. That's like Sugar Crisp, though, too. My dad used to love Sugar Crisp, and that's why I love it, even though it's like not, it's just like puffed kamut. It's not even like, yeah. Marcus is hilarious. This is research, I swear. Yeah, that's what I had to say. She was like, what the fuck? She actually messaged him. She's like, it's so weird. I walk in and he's got your picture up on the. Okay, guys, I'm going to do the pupil on his eyes. Wish me luck. I'm going to get. Stressful. I don't know about that one. I fucking hate doing guys. Oh, that one turned out pretty fucking good. Not horrible. They might be salvageable or passable, not salvageable. They may be acceptable. My rule with eyes is if they look goodish, that's good enough. I'm not good at eyes, so. Yeah, Charlie's a funny guy. I've been jabbing him for the last little while because his job was stopping him from jumping in live, and I always kind of pick at him for being like, oh, you said you were going to come in and you never did, man. And a couple weeks ago, he quit his job and he's like, hey, I can come up to the lives. And then I think he like fell asleep or something and he didn't. And I fucking ripped him for it pretty good. But Charlie's a good man. He's a nice guy. Okay, let's see. I think that looks mostly goodish. There's the face. I don't know. We're gonna leave it for now and see what it looks like once I get the hair and everything on there. I'm gonna do the brows real quick because they kind of need to come next. Use this. This is like a hay colored, which is going to be my base for the hair. It's also going to be the eyebrows. And I should probably water that down because with eyebrows, it's all about like a nice fluid mark. His brows don't show up that well on his skin tone though. Which is good in some ways because makes my life easier. If I make a mistake, you don't notice it as much. Cool, looks pretty good. Again, I don't know if you can see them that well. I'm going to do the edge of the hair here. I'm going to go around all of that. Oh, I hear my dog awake. I wonder what he's up to. Okay, so I'm just going around the outside of the hairline here. I kind of took a page out of Morning Wolf's book here when I did the hair. He told me he normally does the base of the hair in epoxy sculpt and then does like the little flyaways and the bangs in the front with with Procreate. So that's what I did. I didn't use Procreate. I used green stuff for the hair. I prefer to use green stuff over Procreate. But so yeah, so I used epoxy sculpt for the base, and then I went in and did some bangs and shit in the front. And I really like how it turned out a lot. It turned out pretty cool. I'm gonna get that a bit wet. Right here, my dog, he's at the door. Let's go see what Homer wants. Let me just finish this part here. Cool, that's looking pretty good. See, sometimes when the eyes are just on a skin-colored head with hair that's skin-colored, it's hard because it doesn't. You're not seeing the final picture. Okay, hang tight for 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go and see my dog for 1 second here. All right. Put these back on. What are you guys saying here? That's really nice. Looks almost import-like. Thanks, man. I'm liking it. Excellent job, says Jordan. Oh no, I'm going to start customizing. It'll be fun, though. Customizing is fun. I'm trying to get Nick to customizing. Nick Diaz, who was with me. Nick D's, stand-up comedian from a few weeks back. He was talking to me about it. He was asking a bunch of questions. I said, you definitely should. But then he was like, I'm going to make Venom 2099. And I said, ooh, maybe start dream lower. Start smaller, man. All right. I'm going to switch to a bigger brush once I get around this hairline bit. Just so I can make sure that I get right to the edges without slopping on any of my existing work. I'm going to have to do that silver again, too. I'm pretty bummed. I'm going to miss Black Panther opening night. So for anybody who watches Blue Smoke Media on Saturday nights, me and my buddy Ryan, I missed Love and Thunder opening night. It was the first MCU movie I ever missed opening night. And now for the second MCU movie in a row, I'm going to miss opening night again because I'll be on vacation. My wife and I are going to Banff that morning, the day it opens. So, unfortunately, I am going to miss my second Marvel movie. It happens to be in a row, which is a fucking bummer. Pretty disappointed, especially because that Black Panther trailer really got me hyped this week to see it. So, okay, so I'm just switching to a bigger brush now to make life easier. go. What did you guys think of that Black Panther trailer? Pretty cool, yeah? Let's get some paint on this stuff. Yeah, this is a pretty good hair sculpt. I like it a lot. So we're gonna just let that dry before we continue. Still have to do the white dot in the eye, which I'm not looking forward to. It's always a risky spot because I can end up, you could really fuck it up. Oh, I'm gonna do this too. This is that other hair piece I was talking about. Jordan says it's a freedom that really wins me over. You can alter colors like crazy. Yeah, it is. That's the best part about customizing. Don't like something, you can fix it. Well, some things aren't as fixable as others, but you know. It's like that doppelganger, Marvel Legends doppelganger. I saw that shit and I was like, that ain't coming in my house. That shit is ugly. So I customized and made a new one. But I mean, you technically couldn't fix that. You would just have to make a new one. But yeah, customizing's fun. It's a lot of fun. Even if it's just simple shit. Honestly, even if it's just kit bashing. Kit bashing is so much fun. Just thinking of different, and then you can always reverse it too, which is nice. Like if you don't want to keep it, you just, it's so fun. I have such a good time with that sort of thing. I bought an extra Disney Plus. You should see the haul I got this week, guys. It's fucking ridiculous. I didn't post it because I thought my wife would shit. She doesn't usually care, but there was a lot this week. My whole Disney Plus Wave 2 came in. Plus, I picked up an extra 2 Hawkeye figures because the jeans on that character are awesome. They're great parts. Very useful fodder. This is coming undone. So I bought 2 extras of him. I also got Toei Spider-Man, Japanese Spider-Man in, who is fine, I guess. Definitely could have used better articulation, but he's okay. He's not like the worst. He's not great though. And I also got, what else did I get? It was an MCU heavy week. I got the new Namor figure from the Black Panther wave and the new Nakia figure from the Black Panther wave. Both of which are very cool. My Nakia came with 2 open hands instead of a right fist though. I was pretty annoyed about that. It's that quality control, baby. So yeah, there you go. This is a good starting point for blondes. I'm working on that wig is for my enablers and album cover photo challenge. I decided I'm going to take a picture for the photo challenge and submit it because I'm heavily inspired by Plastia Dicto's new account that is basically him just making album covers with toys. And it kind of was like, I want that. I want to have fun with that. Maybe not an account's worth, but I want to at least throw my hat in. So I am going to make an enema of the state. I'll tell you guys. I'm going to make an enema of the state cover using Deadpool. I built so that blonde hair is for that. And I also built this fun swappable stretchy glove hand that I'm going to use on it as well. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. There he goes, off into the void again. That's funny. Yeah, kit bashing is the best. Marcus says, I've yet to start painting, but I agree. Kit bashing is my favorite part. Marcus, you said I want to check BP Wakanda Forever, but I'm worried about a packed room. That's understandable. Whereabouts are you located, Marcus? I mean, I think you're in the U.S., but I will say that even in Vancouver being a busy city, the theaters have not filled back up here. Like even when I went and saw Spider-Man at the height of everything kind of being back, it was still, 3/4 full only. I was pretty surprised by that. I'm gonna do another coat of the silver on here. Yeah, I've been pretty good. And to be honest with you, I got COVID, so I feel even safer because now that I've gotten it, I feel like I'm probably good for a little bit. I know that that's not necessarily true. Like I have a couple friends who have recently gotten their second round of COVID, so I know that that's not true all the time, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm vaccinated and I'm gonna trust that to work. Like, don't get me wrong, my COVID bout sucked. I got it in July, and I was pretty much in bed for 4 days. It fucked me pretty good. Got me pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, it's like a flu, right? It's, I'm vaxxed and ready for whatever. If it wants to throw it at me again, then bring it on. I'll take a couple days off work. That was the best part about getting COVID. I was like, fuck yeah, I don't have to work for these days. Cool. This is looking great. Quite digging that. Marcus says it looked cool. I like that they focused a little more on Namor this time. Yeah, me too. I'm curious to see that story. He's gonna have to be an anti-hero, right? Like they're not gonna make him a straight up villain. I don't think. Maybe Atuma is the villain and Namor ends up. I don't know. Oh, what up, man? Collector Express in the house. Absolutely customizing and kit bashing is really fun and relaxing. I agree. It's one of my faves. I love kit bashing. I actually just went and bought. So I was saying I bought an extra Hawkeye figure because the jeans, right? So like, I really love this figure as a base. It's fucking a lot of fun. It's really, really fun. But I'm going to kit bash the legs onto a Power Ranger's body because you get the double abs and this has butterflies too. And it has just like a plain shirt. And like I went to buy I know my Toys R Us has been slimming in those in space exclusive Andros Power Rangers with the bathrobe. You know what I'm talking about? It's like all black and he has like this like puffy bathrobe on. But then I brought them home and I opened them and I took the bathrobes off them, and underneath them is just these all black base bodies. And man, these things look so good. Like, I kind of don't want to. I got them for pretty cheap, but they look so good. Like, I kind of don't want to customize them. But his head fell off. It's because it's on, not on all the way. But yeah, man, he looks so cool, and he's just cool looking. Just standing there fucking pointing. So I might try to go and see if I can find a couple more, and because I got them for like $17, regular 30. So I might see if I can go and find a couple more, and then I might keep a couple as just like, things to, I don't know. Like the thing is it's not like I take a lot of action figure pictures, so it's not like, I don't know. I do like them a lot, though. I think they're pretty fucking cool looking. I just love the all black with the black helmet with no detail on it. It's just glossy black. It's just so cool. Very, very cool. So anyways, I bought those to use that torso with the Hawkeye legs. But now I'm like, I might just not do that. And that's for a figure of me, right? So yeah, I don't know. I might actually see if I can find someone to do some 3D printing for me too, and get my buddy Draven's been doing some stuff for me. But I might get him to do some like paint brushes and some little paint pots and some fun stuff like that, right? So. Jordan says, I have to see it. The new trailer. It makes me sad, but gosh, Black Panther in the MCU is probably the best thing they ever did in my book. Interesting. I really liked Black Panther. There's a lot of elements of it that I did like. I kind of just felt like it was the same old story, origin story. Unfortunately, for me personally, I loved the music. I really loved all the actors. I liked Killmonger. I liked T'Challa. I liked what's his name there? His uncle, who dies. It's a good bigger actor. I can't remember his name right now, but I really liked his character too. I liked Shuri a lot. So yeah, I don't know. Let's do this last little dot on this eye so we can call it a day. The face anyway. I'll probably go for another 15 or so minutes, just so you guys know. Jordan from Canada says, I'll be the guy who ends up buying 10 Casey Jones and puts them in every color shirt possible. That's pretty funny. It's relatable too. I get you. I get it. For the dot, I personally, it's too small of a dot to do with a brush for me. So this is where I use a toothpick. This is a nice one. It's got a nice fine point on it. Okay. Now you just got to be careful that you don't make a big blotch. Okay, one's good. The other one I need to reapply paint. So the tricky part with this is getting both of them in the same spot. Because if you don't, it looks weird. Because it would be like there's light shining off of them from two different angles. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. I'm going to do some Reekland flesh shade around the... Oh, shit. It's a little washed out in the camera, though. And I wish I could get those. I'm going to have to figure out the... I think I might try to add a bit more to the brows. They just kind of disappear in the skin tone. So this is just a bit darker of a like a hay color, and I'm just basically doing it on the bottom of the brow, not redoing the full brow. So it's going to have two colors in the eyebrows, just helping it stand out a little bit more. And I think in the hair, I'm going to put in a tan, like a skin tone wash as well. I think I'm going to do that before I do another coat, just so I don't want the wash to stand out too much, but it would be nice to showcase some of that sculpt. So I have this Agrath Earth shade that I use when I'm doing blondes. It can be a little bit dark. Maybe I'll just stick with I'm going to stick with the Reekland just because I want the hair to be dark, but I want it to be obviously blonde. So I'm still going to have quite a bit of color to go on top of that, right? So Jordan says Plasty is such a good freaking guy. Yeah, man, he's fucking hilarious. We've talked a few times, and he always has me laughing. So Marcus E says, yeah, I'm in Boston. It's going to be packed on opening week. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I get it. I get being concerned. I still understand it. Once I got COVID, I was like, all of a sudden, I just felt way better and felt like I could take more risks and stuff. So, Quebec Diorama says, it me or is Walmart Canada raising the price on Legends? I don't know. My local Walmart literally never has anything. So I don't even really shop there because I just know I'm not going to get what I need. So, okay, so this is Reekland Flesh Shade that I'm applying, guys. It's like a flesh wash. And I'm going to apply it to this blonde hair. And then we're going to add some dry brushing on top here. As I get closer to the front, I just want to be careful. The good thing is if I get this Reekland Flesh Shade on the front, it's not a huge deal because I've used it in the skin tone. So it won't be that big of a deal. But I'm trying to keep it tidy here. There we go. And this is going to allow me to get the liquid net, like it, because this is just like watered down paint basically. And it basically, the wash will get into all the grooves and the sculpt details. And then when I go over it with a dry brush, the highlighted, like the raised parts will get paint, but the parts in the crevices won't. So you'll get like a nice feel of depth to your paint with the wash. There we go. Okay, good. I'm going to do that on this too. I'm just going to put this actually on my finger and just do this. I'm going to go a bit heavier on this because she's not so pure blonde like Alex is. This is like meant to be Janine, the nurse from Enema of the State. So, and for any of you guys who know, I'm a huge Blink-182 fan. So, yeah, I figured this would be a fun one to do. Plus, it's another thing to do with Deadpool. I love posing Deadpool. There we go. And like I said, you're only going to see this wig from like this side, basically. So I don't care if it's not perfect all around. As long as it's perfect from the side it's being photographed, I don't care. Okay, good to go. Yeah, so I don't know about the Walmart thing, Quebec Diorama. Have you noticed that? What are they up to in your area? I think when I saw them last, I mean, I didn't see them. I saw empty pegs. I think they were $34.99, I think. Nothing's touching Toys R Us. Toys R Us is like $40 a legend, and exclusives are $45. Marcus E, my theory, Atuma is the one pulling the strings, getting Namor to take action, kind of like Royal Advisor General. Yeah, I could see that being the case too. For sure. I am pretty excited for Black Panther, though. I think it's going to be good. I'm curious to see how they pull off not having Chadwick. So, Marcus E says, I wish Hasbro would release a line of blank bodies that disguise Andros is a perfect example of how cool it would be. Totally. But I feel like with the pinless and stuff, they're trying to go away from customizer-friendly stuff. I feel. But yeah. Collector Express says, I'm not familiar with those Power Rangers figures, but they do look cool. What were they called again? So these are the Power Rangers Lightning collection. And they're great. They have great articulation. They have butterflies. They have double torso, diaphragm, and ab crunch. They don't have drop down legs, but I think with the pinless ones coming, they probably will. Double elbows. Yeah, like basically everything Marvel Legends has, except they have double torso and butterfly standard. Even the monsters and stuff. It's crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. They're great figures and they're great base bodies. They scale a little smaller than a Marvel Legend though. So like, you know, let me see if I can pull something out here and show you. Well, this would be a little easier for you to see. He's kind of kit bashed and he doesn't have a head on, but I'll put him next to another one that doesn't have a head on him. So yeah, so here's like a Pizza Spidey body, and then here's like a Power Ranger body. So they're a bit smaller. But yeah, you can see like they get great range of motion. You can get them into like real deep crouches, and like it's pretty good. They're pretty awesome. And they're good for like civilian stuff, like shirts and stuff, because it's just like, you know, like a light fabric kind of looking sculpt. So yeah, they're great. I love them a lot. They're useful. I've used them a couple times. Yeah, this is exactly the name of that figure. Collector Express Power Rangers Lightning Collection Space Disguise. Oh, I see my camera froze. So guys, I'm going to call that good enough of a reason to call it a night. It's 2 hours and a half in. I didn't get to finish everything, but I will post some pictures in the next few days when I finish this up. So yeah, let me just finish through these comments here. Dudes even adding glow in the eyes. Yeah, you got to do that, man. You got to. You can't see it. My lighting's not good enough in this room. Collector Express says, I used to use toothpicks for that as well. I switched to a sharpened styrene rod. Same technique, just lasts longer. Interesting, because I would assume the wood absorbs the paint and starts to dry up. Cool. That's a like you just use the same piece. I see what you're saying. That's a good idea. I should try that. I have some styrene rods in different sizes. So, whoa! Website says $44.99. That's crazy. That's crazy. I've also never heard of this, Jordan. Star action figure. Must be in Ontario somewhere, maybe. Marcus says, what do you have planned with that green White Ranger kit bash? It was put aside to be a movie Kick-Ass, but he kept moving down the list, and I'm like, I'll figure that out when I get there. I just don't really have the inspiration to do it. It's kind of boring costume, but yeah, I was going to do a Kick-Ass and a Hit Girl. Movie style, not comic style. Marcus laughed at my glasses. I know, the shirt's so good, right? I fucking love this shirt. Ripped Apparel. I think I said it last week. Literally some of the worst customer service I've ever had, but their shirts are really nice, and they're good quality too. So if you can handle the shit quality customer service, you'd be good. Okay, guys, thank you guys for being here. As always, I appreciate all of you in the chat who are just constantly going. Anybody who's watching on the replay, you should consider coming in, checking out a live if you can. They're pretty fun when we do these live. Marcus says, Gene on the shirt looking like a handsome Squidward a little bit. Got the lips to match. I don't see it, but that is pretty funny. And Jordan says, last comment, I hear Star Wars action figure gives a premium for early figures too. Cheers. Marcus says, this was awesome as always. You guys are great. Thanks, guys. So just to recap, we touched up the skin on Havok. We did the head on Havok. Not finished, but close. I didn't get to the belt. It's done. I just need to do like some small, tiny little metallic details. And we turned Mr. Ass from an elite to an ultimate. Yay! And it worked well. Fucking A. So, guys, thanks for coming out. Like I said, next Wednesday, I'll have my buddy Matchu Toy. Get the fuck out of here. I'll have my buddy Matchu Toy on with me. It'll be the Matchuverse. And this will ultimately prove to everybody that we are not the same person. So, or will it? Be some tricky camera play. So yeah, so join me next week for Matchu Toy, and until then, take care, enjoy, have a great week, and thank you guys as always for being here. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.